Jim, moving on here, another topic that has just come up. News that is broken, PW Insider reporting. Brian Pillman Jr., 29 years old, has left AEW, removed from the roster. Any thoughts?
Yes, it's about time. And I wish they'd done it sooner. Because it's been obvious for how long? That they weren't going to do anything with him. He was not going to be featured on any of the television programs. We don't know what they did on YouTube, but we've also heard that the YouTube matches were just rapid fire matches, 3 minutes with green guys against green guys. Get them in and get them out. Let's have 18 matches. Let everybody play. He wasn't learning anything. Not only was he not learning anything, even if he was the smartest guy in the world, if you never see him, he could be the best wrestler in the world. You wouldn't know it because you're not seeing him. But the point is, if he's not, they had a period of time, there was a window there, the dark side of the ring on his dad. I'm not conflating it with the Eddie Kingston piece, but there was another article or related articles about Brian Jr. at that period of time. He had sympathy. Remember, people were kind of behind him. Yeah. And they didn't, you saw him a few times on TV and he didn't do anything, wasn't allowed to do anything remarkable or memorable. And then you didn't see him anymore and that window closed. So I'm not saying I'm glad he got fired. I'm saying it's about time, because if he still wants to be a wrestler, I know the guaranteed income, because everybody that works for Tony Khan, even people you don't see for years at a time, they still get their check. That's great, but if he ever wants to be more than what he is now, he has to go out and go somewhere else. Either work independence where he can just try out new shit, or work on either his in-ring work or his presentation or his interviews, whatever he feels he needs. Maybe try out a new look, not changing himself entirely. He's Brian Pillman's son, but a new manner of dress or way of doing things. Will he get signed to one of the other companies that might use him more prominently so he can get some more experience being featured in angles? He's only 29. So that's why I say, he was making money, but he was sitting there aging away. So now he has the chance to go out and try to get better, find someplace else to go, something else to do, and see if he can get to the next level. And that's probably the best thing for him if he wants to be a wrestler long term. If he just was taking the check, then that's a bad thing.
That's probably pretty tough for a lot of people to hear. It's a good thing that you're no longer with that company paying you six figures. How should he see this?
Well, just
an opportunity?
That's the thing. I mean, do you hear him wrestling a lot of independents? Do mostly the AEW guys even wrestle independents anymore? Probably not. We don't hear of that name or a lot of those names on just every Outlaw Mud show. So he's not been wrestling that much. And you can't, even if he was in a gym training every day, you can't get better without being in front of people. So again, over the last 3 years, he's probably had minimal expenses. He's been paid good money to do very little. Hopefully he saved some of it or most of it. Because as a wrestler in your 20s, you should have done that. Everybody should. Then he can decide whether he wants to continue to be a wrestler and take a few years where he might not make much money, but he'll get more experience and make a name for himself, or might now be the time to fucking cut bait. We shall find out.